8, 7, 6, turkey sandwich, T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and let me see. I am testing out everything. I am making sure everything is okay on this glorious pre-recorded unlisted live that will be going into full effect once I'm finished recording. Good morning, everybody. This is me, LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. This is the morning moo, and I am moving forward with the process, going and following things according to plan. Okay, I have the screen set up. Let me do an audio quality check. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Ollie Oxy-free. Look how watery that is. Let me shut some of these windows down. I had to shut some windows down. See? Let me shut that one out. What else can I shut it? Let me close really quickly. I'm closing that. This should work. What's going on right here? It's a little pixelated, but I'm fixing that. Just give me a moment. And the flow will break you down, but the flow won't break you down. It's some type of song. It's some type of song like that. Watch me get set up. I like what's going on. How y'all doing today? I have that screen open. I need to close that window. I bet you everything looking good now. I know on my screen it looks beautiful and clear, but on my desktop the resolution is trash. So it could be personally what my settings are. Playback normal audio. Yeah, that's audio. Let me try something to see. Yeah, I think it's just my settings because everything else looks really good. So I'm going to keep going. Welcome to the morning moo. I'm glad you are all here today. Once again, this will be a pre-recorded morning moo. And I'm going to be talking about daylight saving time. There was so much going on yesterday in the world of like C-SPAN, CNN, global news, world news. Global news, world news, same difference, tomato, tomato, right? But oh my gosh. So they were doing all these council meetings and stuff on the channel, and I believe they were live. So the one they talked about was daylight savings time, and I listened to the whole thing, meaning I had it on in the background while I was working on other YouTube video content. And now I want to talk about it because this topic is just as important to me as it probably is to someone else. Let me get out my tabs. And please be advised, this camera is probably going to get moved around a lot because I'm still trying to figure out. Oh, I think I closed the wrong tabs. I'm still trying to figure out what works best for me because I'm recording, and when I record in live stream, the camera is just right in my face. And I did accidentally close my tab, so please give me a minute if you are interested. Please feel free to put some glorious cows in the chat. Get some cows in the chat for me if you want to do that. I cannot believe I accidentally closed the wrong tab. How did I miss that? I'm taking my time through this too. So I'm looking through all the tabs that are open. And I closed the wrong tabs, unfortunately. And so now I have to reset up my search engine for what I wanted to present with y'all. So hang on, what's that? let me put something in here. I'm gonna start a poll right here on my cell phone. This is dope. Do you want daylight saving? Is it savings time or saving time to end permanently? Ooh, y'all, it is 4:11 a.m. in the morning, and I think I'm hearing birds. And so the poll is started. Do you guys want daylight saving time to stop effective immediately? And I say yes. I want it to stop. So let me go back through here. Reopen all my tabs so I can get going into the articles and the stories, because it's important to me. Daylight saving time is a hassle, and I want it to just stop. And I'm thankful I was able to remember that. I have to move this here. It's in my way. Okay. So, don't know why my quality is looking like trash, because I don't have that many other windows open. And normally that wouldn't be an issue. So, please bear with me while I close out some more windows, because I want this to look great. I want it to look as great as me. Just like that's how Bella Swan be acting. I want it to look as great as me. You see my beauty mark? I'm everything. You are everything. High five. Looks like I punched her and I slapped her in the face, but I didn't. I gave her a high five. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have reached the part of the hour where we have audience participation. And in that audience participation, I need for you to please put some glorious cows in the chats. Cows in the chats for me, please. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, pets, plants, animals, aliens, artificial intelligence, and all living, breathing things here that are sharing this space on this wonderful planet called Earth. Welcome to planet Earth. Thank you for sharing the space with us. And now it's that time to put cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Moo. Cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. Moo. Cows in the chat. Cows in the chat. I am putting some cows in the chat, and I'll have you know, unfortunately, according to the government and scientists, cows, aka bovines, aka the things that go moo, they are unfortunately responsible for what we are facing today, the alleged global warming. How many people believe that? Well, that's what they're saying. So if that is the case, since they want us to believe, the scientists and the government wants us to believe in them, I'm going to take their word for it and say, please have your aerosol cans ready as this chat box gets filled with cows, because it's going to stink up the place. Because as I'm speaking and trying to do my best to multitask, I'm putting cows in the chat. And that's going to make the chat box go, cows in the chat, cows in the chat, moo. Cows in the chat, cows in the chat. We are almost at our 10-minute mark, and we have pretty much all of the maintenance taken care of, and I can roll right into the story. Sing me a story. Sing me a story. Remember, I think it was called either Sing Me a Story Bell or Read Me a Story Bell. It was the Disney series, original series, and it was like, well, Belle from Beauty and the Beast would read people's stories. And I thought that was the cutest thing. Sing me a story. So on my end, everything is looking great. Let me do one more check. Hang on. Once again, this is my first pre-recorded full-length morning move, so there will be technical difficulties, but I'm going to hammer through it because how else am I going to get better? I find myself crash coursing in all of these things live because what other way to do it than to submerge yourself into it? I don't like the quality and the way things are showing. I really hope that things clear up for everyone. I finally remembered to turn the light down. All right. So today's topic is daylight saving time. And do you guys want daylight savings time to permanently stop? Yes or no? Answer for me is yes. I need this to just permanently stop. And so it went down yesterday, and I watched / listened to pretty much the whole thing from beginning to end. And the majority of them want daylight savings to stop. So I think what it was the people given the floor to express their own woes, their likes and dislikes of it, and why they wanted to just stop completely. Bottom line is they wanted to stop, and it don't matter which time it falls under, either be spring forward or fall back. They just wanted to just effing stop, and I totally agree with them. I wanted to just stop because this back and forth stuff is crazy. It's just uncalled for. It don't make sense. Let me check my quality on my internet really quickly. Let me see here. So I don't know if it's going to come across on your end like I'm looking like I'm underwater, unfortunately, but I'm still going to roll with it. I'll play it back and see what everything says or how everything reads later, because the show must go on and the show will go on. I'm going to tinker around in these settings one more time and then just move forward. Okay, so that's that on that. We are 13 minutes, 28 seconds already into this video, and to me today it seemed like I wasted a lot of time. Not intentionally though. So let me get my keyboard, bring it close to me. Ooh, my mouse fell down. Okay. I'm trying to figure out something, y'all. Okay. I'm Thank you guys so much for coming in. Excuse me. I'm finally going to get started talking the topic. And let me put a heart in there. Gotta live and learn, y'all. Timestamp is 14. I'm gonna give myself some time to say at the 15-minute mark. Oh, where'd my words go? Here's the timestamp. Okay. Now I have to change it. 15, about 15, 15:30. Okay, that's that on that. Today's drink of choice is some delicious, yummy room temperature water. As you can see, my voice is hoarse, and it is Saturday, April 12th, 2025. The time is 4:21 a.m. Happy Saturday, also known as Sabbath, the day of rest. And I'm going to make one thing clear, but I'll probably still forget it and go back into my default of always saying it improperly. Is it called daylight saving time or daylight savings time? We're about to see. Daylight saving time. What is daylight saving time? I'm going to open the another tab. What is daylight saving time? If that's how you properly pronounce it, it sounds really stupid. Another reason why we should not do it anymore. According to AI Overview, I typed in the Google search. If you want to follow along with me, I've typed in what is daylight saving time. And according to AI Overview, it says daylight saving time, DST, also known as summertime, is the practice of advancing clocks forward during certain months, typically by 1 hour, to make better use of daylight. This means clocks are moved forward in the spring and then moved back. I thought it said back to hell. I kid you not. It moves back in the fall, resulting in an extra hour of daylight in the evening during the warmer months. So once again, according to AI Overview, this is the definition of daylight saving time. Daylight saving time, also known as summertime, is the practice of advancing clocks forward during certain months, typically by 1 hour, to make better use of daylight. This means clocks are moved forward in the spring and then moved back in the fall, resulting in an extra hour of daylight in the evening during the warmer months. Once again, please bear with me as I figure out a way to successfully look at the screen without having to have my eyes lifted. Let me try this setting and see what gives. What gives? You are watching the Morning Moo, and we are 18 minutes into the show. Welcome to the Morning Moo podcast. Here I'm LA like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you for coming in, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Thank you all my day ones, day twos, day threes, and day 1000s and day right nows. I want to welcome you to one of the world's coolest and epic shows where the cool kids hang out. Remember the times when our grandparents and our grandparents' parents went to Don's Donuts, for those who remember up north, and for people who do not, your local donut shop where we would see them casually reading the Sunday newspaper, drinking overly extensive hot coffee, and talking amongst themselves while eating a donut Sunday morning. Well, this is my rendition of that because we are the new old school students, old school cats, and we are gathered around at the place to be, which is LA TV LLC platform here on this wonderful Saturday Sabbath morning. If you're into it, happy Sabbath. Have your coffees, your lattes, your mocha lattes, and all the other things with you. Your warm blanket, your onesies like myself. Gather around the campfires of my inviting voice as I read over analytics about today's topic. Using my radio voice, creepy, isn't it? Shouts out to Toni Braxton. She can go low when she sing too. When they go low, I sing lower. Back to AI overview. I typed in what is daylight savings time. We just read the definition of that. Here's a more detailed explanation. The primary goal of DST, also known as daylight savings time, is to extend daylight hours during the evening, making it brighter later in the day and potentially conserving energy. Potentially conserving energy. Timing. In the United States, DST, also known as Daylight Savings Time, begins on the second Sunday in March and ends on the first Sunday in November, which is way, 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 way too long. I've been running around this town for way too. I've been bumming around this old town for way too long. The clock change. Clocks are moved forward by 1 hour in the designated start date, second Sunday in March, and then move back 1 hour on the designated end date, first Sunday in November. Now, reading that still sounds confusing to me. It's too much, it's too much, it's too much, it's too much. Exceptions. Some areas, such as Hawaii and parts of Arizona, do not observe daylight savings time. Correct? According to the U.S. National Observatory Astronomical Applications Department. Once again, under the category, under AI Overview, where I asked, what is daylight savings time? The last subcategory, which is entitled Exceptions, reads, quote, some areas such as Hawaii and parts of Arizona do not observe daylight savings time, according to the U.S. Naval Observatory Astronomical Applications Department. Once again, that last line came from the U.S. Naval Observatory Astronomical Applications Department. So now that we know what daylight saving time is, it still sounds confusing and it should be abolished. It should have been abolished. This is like the third year, almost 3.5 years of us talking about this. They were talking about getting rid of it, and I spread the word around like it was gospel, because the way it was presented, it was presenting as if it was gospel, like this was going to actually be over. I remember telling the lady at my doctor's office about that when I greeted her. You know how you have to go to the doctor and check in first with the clerk and then go to your appointment? Well, that's what we were talking about, and I was really happy because I wanted that mess to be over. That's how clear I received that information on the news. And I thought it was on the newspaper too, which is why I told her, because I felt confident that that was factual. Because I had too many sources before I opened my mouth to share that. So here we are. Obviously, I was misled. Because how could I have misunderstood something like that? But we needed to stop. Daylight saving time, according to Google search, is Sunday, March 9th, which is started Sunday, March 9th, 2025, and goes and carries on through Sunday, November 2nd, 2025. So this year, the daylight saving time chronicalization chart is Sunday, March 9th, 2025 through Sunday, November 2nd, 2025. Well, I sound like I'm reading Bible scriptures. You gotta break this down just like the Bible, and it shouldn't even be that difficult. I.e., figuring out daylight saving time shouldn't be so hard to break down. Just like the Bible shouldn't be so dang hard to figure out. It's effing rude, cruel, and unfair. It's just not effing fair. It's not fair at all. We have to work so hard to get what we're naturally entitled to, which is the truth. You shouldn't have to fight for something that's supposed to be freely given. So that's how you know how important it is. Now I don't put this lotion and cream on my face and now my face is turning red. No, it's not the product, but I think it's me forgetting to simply just rewash my hands before I apply. And sometimes I forget to do that, but the redness will go away in due time. In due time. You ever ask for a prayer from the Lord and it seemed like all he'll say is, in due time, my daughter, or in due time, my son. I'm like, well, Mufasa, that don't tell me anything because I have a bill to pay and you say in due time. What am I supposed to do with in due time? Well, at least that's how pastors talk when I did go to church. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that? I need some help. This too will pass, my sister. I'm like, if you don't get out, you don't get the F out my face. She said that in church. Let me move forward. So I have daylight savings time, saving time, and under that they have some news headers. I'm going to expand it for my sake so I can read it. It says here, Trump pushes Congress to make daylight savings permanent, and that was 9 hours ago from Politico. Another article that's popping up is from AP News, and the heading says Trump wants Congress to end the changing of clocks and keep the country on ... That was 13 hours ago. Once again from AP News, it says Trump wants Congress to end the changing of clocks and keep the country on ... Fox News has Trump says Congress should push for more daylight at the end of the day. So that's the word I was looking for. We're talking about Congress, the people of Congress. I actually watched that yesterday unfold. Today is April 12th, 2025, Saturday. So I watched that yesterday's Friday, and it was good too. And Fox News, once again, Trump says Congress should push for more daylight at the end of the day. And lastly, the article that's launched into my face is from USA Today. Like or hate daylight saving time? Question mark. Senate panel once again can't decide, and so on. Here's another one. So they provided me with 5 different articles to choose from, and I'm simply reading the header. Trump revised on daylight saving time, no more changing of the clock. Once again, from thehill.com, Trump revised push on daylight saving time, no more changing of the clocks. As I scroll over to the right, it has here by way of Wikipedia, and I want to read that. I am going over to Wikipedia right now. And I'm going to share this link in here. Copy. I had to look through the ring light, pardon me. I had to look through the ring light so I can put the tab in here. I'm so thankful for how beautiful the birds sound. I'm so thankful that I was able to wake up before the birds so I could hear the birds. Daylight saving time, Wikipedia article or report. And paste. Now you guys will be able to follow along with me as I read a little from. I'm putting this in my description box right now. Hang tight. How old are you? Who says that anymore? Do you remember what movie that was from? Hang tight. I think it's called The Devil. Oh, it was the elevator movie by M. Night Shyamalan. Whew, just thinking about it, I will not let that fear envelope me. But just thinking about it was beginning to. The movie is good, and it's a great lesson if you look at it for what it is on surface level, and if you look at it on the spiritual level. That movie is a great conversational piece for those of you who still physically go to church. or have church meetings and stuff, I think the movie should be watched because it's a great dialogue. Follow along with me. Feel free to follow along with me. Feel free to follow along with me as I read through some of this report / article ARTICLE. I keep spelling them wrong. ARTIC. I need to get some more I need some glasses. Some more glasses. I gotta get another prescription. Oh man. Feel free to follow along with me as I read through some of the report. Everything is so high, man. Everything is so high. And my insurance covers basic eyeglasses and stuff, but I need special glasses. Feel free to follow along with me as I read through some of this report / article. Here is the link, the title, and the link. There we go. That's that on that. So I want to get started reading. We have reached the halfway mark already here in the morning mood. The time is 4:38 a.m. I'm doing great. Burn the early oil. Burn the early oil. I'm not burning sage. This is just some smell good fragrance. I like to spray for personal ambience for myself. From Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia DST redirects here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're following along with me, I have the link / description. I have the link / title in the description box. I'm reading from Wikipedia, just like how I read from Wikipedia for Pulp Fiction. Read along with me if you want to. Thank you for joining me on your morning routine as you commute to work. College campus, if you had to go and have a study course on the campus or summer classes, spring classes, or whatever. If you're coming from work, welcome back from work. And for those of you going to work, have a good day at work. Those of you who are chilling on your day off, enjoy your day off. I'm going to pick up right now. Daylight saving time, Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. The title is called Daylight Saving Time. This is an article from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. DST redirects here for other uses. CDST, disambiguation, if I said that correctly, is in parentheses, for the film, see Daylight Savings Time film. Didn't know that Daylight Saving Time was a film. Let me hover over that. Daylight Savings is a 2012 American comedy film written by Dave Boyle, Susan Boyle. I dream of something. Oh, Susan Boyle, ding, ding, ding. I dream of something. Oh, where is she at? Where are you, Susan Boyle? Where are you? Where are you, Susan Boyle? Where are you? Where you at, Susan Boyle? Susan Boyle, Robin Bublé. I made those faces. I learned to make faces like that from watching Animaniacs. Wacko, Yakko, and Dot. A Wacko made those faces often when he belched. Side note, yeah. My mom could not stand when I did the fake burping or belching, and when I made my faces look all crushed up and weird and contorted. My dad hated it. He's like, "You so pretty, you make your face look so ugly." Well, if I must add and or interject, the only way I was able and am able to make my face look so distorted and ugly is because one of y'all or both of y'all is. Oh! And I just don't miss a thing. Even when I close my eyes, I don't want to fall asleep because I'm talking about you. And I don't want to miss a thing. Even when I think of you, it's the sweetest thing I ever do. Aerosmith, shouts out to Aerosmith because he made faces too. But his was in the form of artistry. When he sang, he actually sang per se to the best of his ability, but it gave. Just like Mary J. Blige, folks say she cannot sing worth a dang, but it don't matter. It don't matter because she be trying so hard and she be feeling it. And so it's about the delivery. Another side note, special delivery. I just sit here in front of the camera and talk. Like, I just sit in front of the camera and talk. Like, "Hi, I'm LA," pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. And there's a mass people who will think I'm unbelievably boring. But when I look around and look on social media and see some people who may be allegedly more boring than me, they're still monetized. So what does it really matter? It don't. There's a place for everyone. There's a place for everyone here on YouTube platform. I have a place called Team Funko. We got the funk, brought to you by this wonderful woman, LA. Oh, thank you. Ah, thank you. There's a place here for everyone. And yes, I'm making a voice. There's a place here for everyone. There's a place here for everyone, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So I encourage you and implore you. I order you, dang it if I have to be yourself. Because eventually, they will come. Like the movie. Here we go. He about to get on this soapbox. If they build it, they will come. Like in the Field of Dreams movie, if you build it, i.e. your YouTube channel, they will come. Thank you for that. You're more than welcome. King Funko. I needed that. So back to the movie description. I did not know daylight savings was a movie, and here's the information provided within Wikipedia in the pop-up. If you hover over the hyperlink, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you will see daylight savings. Daylight savings is a 2012 American comedy film written by Dave Boyle, Mitchell Lerman, Joel Clark, and Ngo Nakamura, Nakamura. So Go Nakamura. I'm sorry. Nakamura. Okay. Go Nakamura. Just cannot help myself. Hey, Macarena. Hey, macaroni. Hi. I'm surprised I still remember that. I have the hardest time remembering dance moves. So how I remember that, and I haven't done the Macarena, to my knowledge, in over 15 years or more. It's amazing what sticks and what don't. Daylight Savings is a 2012 American comedy film written by Dave Boyle, Mitchell Lerman, and Joel Clark, and Go Nakamura. Aight. As the truck passed by, Directed by Boyle and starring Nakaruma. Hi. It is the sequel to Boyle's 2011 film Surrogate Valentine. I've heard of that, Surrogate Valentine. So instantly when I read Daylight Savings is a 2012 American comedy, I instantly go into thinking about Groundhog's Day. That's a fun movie as well. So I'm thinking it's going to have a feel like that movie. Thank you guys for coming in. Welcome. This is a pre-recorded live stream. Once again, the time is 10:20. At the time it's not 10:20. We are 40 minutes 20 seconds into this, and currently for me the time is 4:46 a.m. This is a pre-recorded live stream. Thank you for coming in to the morning move. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. It means the world to me. It means a lot to me, and it really helps. That's why it means a lot to me, because it really helps. And I'm not asking for money. All I'm asking you to do is like the video. Like the video. And I'm not even asking you to be like Frank Ocean and love me, love me, love me, love me, love me. How many times he say that? It's a nice song. It's the song is called Bad Religion. Ooh, you, something, something, something. La, da, 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 da. How's that song go? Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. It's Bad Religion, but meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. It's really a nice song. It sounds like a tragic love song. It sounds like a tragedy, a tragic love story, a tragic love song. It's composed really well. It's a good song. It should be a Broadway musical thing. Once again, that's Frank Ocean, Bad Religion. And he's just talking to this taxi cab driver, and he's just not having a good day. He's not having a good anything. And it just pours through everything in that song. It's a very good song. I had to listen to it today just to enjoy the music. So, Daylight Saving Time is the film. We are picking back up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, reading from the Wikipedia encyclopedia under the topic of Daylight Saving Time. We are going to start reading from the first paragraph. Daylight Saving Time in bold. Daylight Saving Time, DST, also referred to as Daylight Savings Time. We are at the top of the first paragraph, first sentence. And one time for who wants to read on time with me, Daylight Saving Time, DST, also referred to as daylight savings, daylight saving time, daylight time, United States and Canada, or summertime. Summertime. What's up, Will Smith? I really want y'all to get it together. United Kingdom, European Union, and others. It is the practice of advancing clocks to make better use of the longer daylight available during summer so that darkness falls. Weird movie at a later clock time. The typical implementation of DST is to set clocks forward by 1 hour. 1 hour. You've got 1 hour and 1 hour only. Shouts out Morpheus. Or fall in North America English, hence the mnemonic spring for fallback. So how is that pronounced? Mnemonic. Mnemonic, I know I'm saying that wrong. Something in there is probably silent. A mnemonic device or memory device is any learning technique that aids information retention or retrieval in the human memory, often by associating the information with something that is easy to remember, like acronyms or just say no to drugs. JSNTD. I'd rather just say no to drugs than JS whatever, or WWJD. What would Jesus do? Remember them bands? Remember them bands? Remember them bands? And what would Jesus do? Bands. I think we need to bring those back. And just start dropping them all over the place. Just start dropping them all over the place. Woo, woo, woo. Dun, dun. You ain't got to say you ain't got to say a word. You ain't got to say a word. What you drinking on? I'm drinking on water. Room temperature water. I didn't drink a lot of water yesterday, and it's showing right now at the sound of my voice. It's so raspy, which is why I'm able to hit the deeper voice. I'm able to hit my voice a little lower, way a lot lower than usual, because I think I'm just simply thirsty. What's up? This is me, LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. You are listening to LA TV on the morning move. Good morning to all of y'all who are up early with me. I want to thank you for hitting that like button. It means a lot to me. Shouts out to Tony Braxton. You mean the world to me. One of my top favorite songs of time of my list of 1,000 songs. You in there somewhere, one of them places. Y'all, sometimes it scares me to this day how I can get my voice to do that. But when I say Tony Braxton, I don't feel as bad, because if her voice as beautiful, as naturally gorgeous as Tony Braxton is, and she can make her voice sound that low, that's how I had to remind myself that I'm okay and nothing's wrong with me. So that's my token. You know how they have tokens in that movie? Yo, Inception. Leonardo DiCaprio. Shouts out to you. And to that girl from Umbrella Academy, shouts out to you too. Y'all did a good. That's a good movie. Y'all did good in there. But you know how they have tokens? So when I make my voice go like that and I start freaking my own self out, and I'm watching how beautiful I am, and I'm making this voice so effortlessly that's really low, I'd say, Tony Braxton, Tony Braxton, Tony Braxton. So I don't get caught up in my own head and be scared like, how am I able to do that? And I'm a natural birth female. That's my token. So thank God for Tony Braxton. I'm glad she came before me, and I'm so glad she's just as gorgeous as she want to be and 100% woman, because that's my marker of sanity. Because if she wasn't here, the only marker I would have would have been Prince, because he looks like a girl, and his voice, when he sings like a girl, but when he talks, his voice is even worse than mine, because he is a man, but it's scary all the time. It's like, yo, you just still not expecting that, even though you know without a shadow of a doubt, yo, that's Prince, and he sound like his voice is way deep down in the nether regions of a bear cave when he talk, and it just don't match the body. It's kind of scary. It don't match the body. It don't match the body. It's not natural. The H is not natural, and that scares me, and it freaks me out. So, in that notion, Prince freaks me out. In that notion, and I still, to this day, as I live and breathe, I still freak myself out. Whew, that was a total side note. So, I'm intentionally gonna pick up from the last sentence in the first paragraph. The typical implementation of DST is to set clocks forward by 1 hour in spring or late winter, and to set clocks back by 1 hour to standard time in the autumn or fall in North America. English, hence mnemonic, spring forward, fall back. Mnemonic looks like the word demonic, and if I cannot pronounce it, that means it's confusing, and that word don't even need to be in there in the first place. I need to see how to pronounce it, because I hear the word, but when it's time to spell it, I know I will slaughter it. So let me highlight the word and open up yet another window so I can hear how to say it. I said it right. Mnemonic. Sounds close to demonic to me. Let me see if I could turn it up so you can hear it. Hold on, sorry about the feedback and playback. I'm just gonna see if you can hear how it's pronounced.
Mnemonic. 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 Mnemonic.
Say that one more time. Something might come up. The English language is low-key trash. I don't like how these words are written. It's like every word in the English language is an effing curse. You don't have to accept it, but I'm seeing it for what it is. You don't have to accept it, and I don't. But by gosh, the oversaturation of negativity, it's everywhere. So the mnemonic is spring forward, fall back. So we can remember out of this, in this ball of confusion of descriptions, when to spring forward, fall back for the time and stuff. You spring forward the time an hour ahead in the spring, and you fall back an hour in the fall. I'm going to the second paragraph of Wikipedia, the Free Encyclopedia, the article titled Daylight Savings Time. I'm about to start reading the second paragraph, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. As of 2025, polls indicate a slight majority of those polled in the United States favor abolishing DST, with momentum gaining in all the areas where the practices persist, either to abolish DST and to switch permanently to standard time or to make DST permanent. Common arguments for abolishing. Oh, let me turn this down. Y'all gonna get all that background feedback noise. Fudge. I gotta read it over. I'm reading the second paragraph over take 2 because I forgot to turn the volume back down in my headphones. As the 2025 polls indicate, a slightly majority of those polled in the United States favor abolishing DST, with momentum gaining in all areas where the practice persists, either to abolish DST and switch permanently to standard time, or to make DST permanent. Common arguments for abolishing or making DST permanent include health risk, economic costs, lost sleep, and disruptions to daily routines. And that's what all of the people were saying collectively in that Congress thing yesterday. They were emphasizing and pointing out to the judge and to everybody around in their involved, stating all the negative effects that daylight saving time has. So, as the 2025 polls indicate, a slight majority to those polled in the United States. See, this is read wrong. It's written wrong, or I'm reading it wrong. So I'm going over this so I can have a full understanding of what I'm reading. So I find myself having to read it again. So bear with me as I personally read the second paragraph one more time. As of 2025, polls indicate a slight majority of those polled in the United States, that don't sound right, favor abolishing DST, with momentum gaining in all areas where the practice persists, either to abolish DST and switch permanently to standard time or to make DST permanent. Common arguments for abolishing or making DST permanent include health risk, economic costs, lost sleep, and disruption to daily routines. So this brings us to where we are current day. These are the things that they were talking about in the caucus. Is that the right word? In Congress about the pros and cons of this whole daylight savings time and how they just simply want it to be abolished and or aborted. Did she just say that? Yes. What I'm about to type a question. What are the side effects of daylight What are the side effects of daylight saving time? What are the side effects of daylight savings time? AI overview says daylight saving time, DST shifts, disrupts sleep, wake cycles. Once again, it opens daylight saving time, DST shifts, disrupts sleep, wake cycles, potentially leading to negative health effects like increased heart attack, strokes, car accidents, and mental health issues, especially for those already vulnerable to sleep problems or mental health conditions. Once again, what are the side effects of daylight saving time is what I typed in Google search, so you can search for yourself and show yourself approved on this subject. Daylight saving time, DST shifts disrupt sleep-wake cycles, potentially leading to negative health effects like increased heart attacks, strokes, car accidents, and mental health issues, especially for those already vulnerable, with a V as in vroom, to sleep problems or mental health conditions. They have a more detailed look at the potential negative effects of DST. DST. DPG. Can you believe, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are about to reach our first hour of the morning move. So before I get into the more detailed look at the potential negative side effects by way of AI overview, Google AI overview, I'm going to get ready and welcome everyone in to the top of the hour. Welcome in to the top of the hour of Morning Move. Congratulations, you have reached the first hour of LA TV, Morning Move with LA TV. Morning Move with LA TV. We have reached our first hour already, and the time for me right now is 5:04 a.m. in the morning. 5:04 a.m. in the morning. Welcome to the Morning Move with LA TV. This is a pre-recorded live stream. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, for those of you who are just coming in, welcome to Morning Mood with LA TV. This is a pre-recorded live stream. Thank you for coming in on this Saturday or Sabbath if you're into a happy Sabbath. It is April 12, 2025, and good morning to all of you. Hope you have a great day commuting to work or from work. It is Saturday. Got to take the kids to some type of sports event or something. Have a safe journey. Welcome to the Morning Moo. I have a poll in the chat, and the poll is pretty much asking, do you want daylight saving time to just stop permanently? Yes or no? Do you want it to just stop? Yes or no? I want it to just stop. Which time which time it stops on, I haven't made a decision, but all I know right now is I want it to stop because it's hurting me. I've been on this planet a long time and I still haven't gotten used to it. So that's saying something. I have been on this planet a long time and I still have not gotten used to it. Just give it up. How long have they been doing this daylight saving time thing? For way too long, and we still aren't used to it. So please, people, use this as a gauge to your compass inside. If we have not collectively gotten used to springing forward and falling back, that means it's going against our internal clock. So with that, use that as a source point to guide yourself from the same thought process that everyone else is thinking. Please use daylight savings time as a solid point when you start to question things that you chose to forget. Why in the age, after all these hundreds and thousands of years, have no one on this planet yet grown comfortable or accepted daylight saving time? We only endure it. Tolerance, that's being gentle. That's too gentle of a word. We're enduring it and we are suffering for it and still paying for it. So that means it's going against our natural cycle. It is time to put cows in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached the hour. Welcome to the morning mood. Once again, it's April 12th, 2025. It is time to put cows in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, animals, pets, plants, y'all mama's them, y'all mama's them, aliens, AI, and all other things that are not accounted for yet on this planet Earth that we share with. It is time to put cows in the chat. Cows in the chat, and or an animal emoji, and or your favorite emoji. Cows in the chat, cows in the chat. Moo. Cows in the chat, cows in the chat. Cows in the chat, cows in the chat. Moo. Cows in the chat, cows in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put the cows in the chat, cows in the chat. Moo. Cows in the chat, cows in the chat. And then after that, I'm going to throw in some coffee because I actually could use some Java. So I'm going to put some Java in the chat, some coffee in the chat real quick. Coffee in the morning. Do. Coffee in the morning. I don't want to wake up. What? I just want to watch you sleep. Shouts out, Miguel. Coffee in the morning. Wish I could paint our love each moment in vibrant hues. As many times as I had that song on repeat, I still don't remember all the words. And I'm not going to stress about it because apparently I'm not supposed to remember all the words. Thank you for your participation. Replay gang, thank you for your audience participation. We are 1 hour into the morning mood. 1 hour in. 1 hour in. 1 hour in on the morning mood with LA TV. Guess I gotta get up. Dun, 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 dun. Find me another love. Get up early in the morning. There was a radio station who played that. I think it's the man who wrote a book called Men Who Cry in the Dark. He was a radio disc jockey. So this is a side note because I believe I'm using his opening music. Men Who Cry in the Dark. And I want to give him a shout. I used to listen to him all the time. Mainly because it was forced on us. Men Who Cry. Michael Baisden. Shouts out to Michael Baisden. He was a radio person. I don't know if he still is or not, but one day I was listening to radio expecting the regular music to come on, which I was looking forward to. And then one day it was like, it's the Michael Baisden show. Guess I gotta get up, find me another love. And it was playing the rooster and stuff. It's like, it's the Michael Baisden show, the Michael Baisden show. I'm like, what is this, man? What happened to the music? So it just was forced on me by surprise. It caught me by surprise. I was sitting in the car. I remember where I was at. I had a broke down, raggedy Buick Regal. I think at that time that was my car I had for punishment when my parents allegedly thought I was being rebellious and defiant against them. But all I was doing was just questioning them and their religious beliefs, and I wasn't backing down. And I grew angry because I wasn't getting any answers, and I was old enough to see that they were trying to not answer the question, but piggyback back on me and get an attitude. But the way it was deflected, they projected and put it all on me like everything was my fault, when in reality I'm asking you those questions that you thought I probably didn't have the brains to ask. And I was calling you out on religious beliefs that you were forcing me to follow. So nonetheless, I had to drive the punishment car, the Buick Regal, and I was sitting in that thing without air conditioner, waiting for some bozo to try to get a job. Now this was maybe 15 years ago. So I'm not referring to my husband. My husband is not a bozo. But that's the point in time where I was at in my life and physically where I was at in the car. So yeah, shouts out to Michael Baisden. Let me put a note on there because I do want to see where he's at. Because after a while, I really started to like his show. So I'm happy for the show. Because he has a book called Men Who Cry in the Dark. And then he had this slogan where he told women if they were in an abusive relationship to pray and pack at the same time. So where is Michael Baisden? So to me, Michael Baisden was my Tommy Sotomayor before I ever knew who Tommy Sotomayor was, because I don't even think I was on YouTube at that time. So I started listening to Michael Baisden because he was really kicking out some good information. So before there was a Tommy Sotomayor, before there was a rest in peace Kevin Samuels, before there was a Kevin Samuels, my version of that at that time was Michael Baisden. Where is Michael Baisden? And I still want that book. So please excuse me while I where's my clipboard? Write this down on my wonderful clipboard. See how cute that is? If you would like me to make you a custom LATV clipboard, please put it, for right now, please put it down in the description. You know, not in the description. Please put it down in the comments, replay gang. So LATV, just one moment. Please, just one moment. I need to document this. So I don't want to bore you with my troubles. April 12th, 2025. Michael Baisden. Where's Michael Baisden? Where's Waldo? And I'm making a memo to myself to let you guys know that if you're interested in a clipboard, let me know. If you in a LA, I'm writing down some notes. I'm on my next set of notes. If you are interested in the LA TV clipboard, homemade clipboard at that. Homemade. Let me know. Let me know. I don't even like that song, but it came to mind. The song makes me sleepy. But nonetheless, shouts out to Aaliyah. Oh boy, today's video 04/12/25. I should have skipped a line in between my notes. I would prefer to do that. It just looks better, but I just started writing. So I had to highlight that to make a sequence. I had no idea I was going to take this long on this live, but I'm glad today that it's pre-recorded. Once again, this is a pre-recorded live stream. So shouts out to Michael Baisden, Man Who Cry in the Dark, caused me to share a story with you guys. So I'm going back to where I was at. I can close that tab out. And we are back on what is daylight savings time? Nope. What are the symptoms? So I'm going to type down into the comments for those, the replay gang, so you can just scooch on forward to where I'm at now. Timestamp. Let me see here. So what are the side effects of daylight? I have golf on in the background, y'all. It's so soothing and scenic because all you see is green. It's pretty. Saving time. Excuse me. Daylight effects. Mass Effect. Okay. Timestamp. Let me see. 1:11. All right. That's the timestamp right there, guys. What are the side effects of daylight saving time? According to AI Overview, the side effects of daylight saving time. Daylight saving time, DST, shifts disrupt sleep-wake cycles, potentially leading to negative health effects like increased heart attacks, strokes, car accidents, and mental health issues, especially for those already vulnerable to sleep problems or mental health conditions. Here are some more detailed look at the potential negative effects. Thank you guys for sharing this. Here's a more detailed look at the potential negative effects of DST. Health impacts, cardiovascular issues. Studies show a rise in heart attacks and strokes on the Monday following the spring DST shifts, likely due to sleep loss and disruption of body natural rhythms. That's what I'm talking about when I said if they've been doing DST for forever and a day, and we still haven't gotten on one accord, and it's still messing up everybody after hundreds of years of it being in place, that means our body, our self is taking a stand saying this is not right. So use that as a guide or a marker when you're trying to listen to your internal self to get some clarity. Cardiovascular issues. Studies show a rise in heart attacks and strokes on Monday following the spring DST shift, likely due to sleep loss and disruption of the body's natural rhythms. I have another question I want to ask, so I need to have it set up in here for later. Saving time, start. I'll say that question for later. And here's a more detailed look. Here's another potential negative side effect of DST. It's like I'm teaching the class, because I am. It's like I'm in COVID times teaching the lesson. It is what it is. Gladly accepting Cash App donations for the time giveth. Traffic accidents. The combination of sleep deprivation and reduced alertness during darker mornings after the spring shift can lead to a spike in car accidents. Once again, one of the negative effects of this whole daylight savings time is traffic accidents. We've talked about cardiovascular issues. Now we're talking about traffic accidents. Traffic accidents, the combination of sleep deprivation and reduced alertness during darker mornings after the spring shifts can lead to a spike in car accidents. Mental health. Number 3, daylight savings time can exacerbate mental health conditions like depression and anxiety and increased irritability and fatigue due to sleep disruption. So DST can exacerbate mental health conditions like depression and anxiety and increase irritability and fatigue during sleep disruption. Sleep deprivation is another one, guys. The hour lost during the spring shift can lead to chronic sleep debt, impacting cognitive function, mood, and overall health. Workplace injuries. Studies suggest an increase in workplace injuries, particularly in jobs requiring physical labor due to reduced focus and coordination caused by sleep deprivation. Once again, workplace injuries. Digestive and immune issues. Another side effect from this daylight saving time switch. Some research also indicates a potential link between DST, known as daylight savings time, and increased risk of digestive and immune-related problems. Metabolic issues. Sleep loss can contribute to metabolic disruptions, potentially leading to weight gain and other health problems. Oops, hang on, that's the TV in the background. Let me turn it down. The golf match is on. Somebody made a boo-boo. Let me put my earbuds on to see if the TV won't be too much of a hassle in the background. Okay, I don't hear anything, so thank you, Lord. So I have the volume on 7 and I don't hear anything picking up. As I continue, metabolic issues. Sleep loss can contribute to metabolic disruptions, potentially leading to weight gain and other health problems. Why daylight saving time may cause these problems? Disrupted circadian rhythm. Once again, disrupted circadian rhythm. The circadian rhythm. DST disrupts the body's natural sleep-wake cycle, circadian rhythm, which is primarily regulated to exposure to sunlight. Once again, disrupted circadian rhythm. DST disrupts the body's natural sleep-wake cycle, circadian rhythm, which is primarily regulated by exposure to sunlight. Misalignment of internal and social clocks. See? It's been throwing you off your rhythm. It's been throwing you off your time clock. It's been throwing you off your personal encompassed arrangement of time that you have to follow. Your true north, ladies and gentlemen. It's trying to disrupt your true north. And we just want it to stop. Misalignment of internal and social clocks, DST, daylight savings time, can cause a misalignment between our internal biological clocks. and our social clocks, leading to sleep problems and other health issues. Please, once again, daylight savings time can cause a misalignment between our internal biological clocks. Daylight savings time can cause a misalignment between our internal biological clocks and our social clocks, leading to sleep problems and other health issues. Impact on hormones. The disruption of sleep can affect hormone production, including melatonin, which regulates sleep, and estradiol, which regulates stress response. Daylight savings time can disrupt the impact on our hormones. Once again, daylight saving time can disrupt the impact on hormones. The disruption of sleep can affect hormone production, including melatonin. Melatonin regulates our sleep, and estradiol and cortisol. Please excuse me. Cortisol. Cortisol regulates stress responses. Disruption of sleep can affect hormone production, including melatonin. Melatonin regulates our sleep, and cortisol regulates stress response. And lastly, increased stress, y'all. Daylight saving time can increase our stress. The sudden shift in time can trigger stress in the body, leading to the release of inflammatory markers and other negative health effects. So please note that some of these things that you're feeling are not caused by you. So also take that with a grain of salt and know that some of these stress markers that you're having and sudden quote mood swings that you're having, it's not done by your design. It's done by unnatural implications of daylight saving time, interrupting your circadian rhythm, basically interrupting your chi. It's offsetting everybody's rhythm. It's messing up our natural living, breathing patterns of life. Please note that daylight saving time is a contributing and it is a component to disturbing your peace. So I recommend you go through these lists here on your own and just be reminded and or introduced to some of these stress factors in your life so you'll know that all of this isn't you. And please keep in mind, in addition to prices being high, half of America is poor already, and now they're raising prices higher. These are things that are out of your control. So please, let's not be like C19, like the majority of you guys were, and you start to turn on one another, blame one another, and bite each other's head off and break down the family structure because you could not deal with your own demons and ghosts, because you could not handle the truth and chose to run away from situations instead of face reality head on now that you are under the same roof with people. When and if C19 hits again, it's going to be 6 times worse. So please start preparing your mental now. There is a deep dive in AI mode. I don't know how much more deep of a dive they can go. AI can go in reference to telling us the stress factors of what daylight savings time can do. I'm a little leery to press it, but I'm going to press the deep diver in AI mode. The list isn't that long, thankfully. So I am currently walking into what are the side effects of daylight saving time. Deep dive AI. It says AI mode is experimental and can make mistakes. Here's a summary of the common side effects: disrupted sleep patterns and disrupted sleep patterns and circadian rhythm can throw off the body's natural sleep-wake cycle known as the circadian rhythm. This can lead to difficulty falling asleep, staying asleep, and feeling groggy in the morning. Groggy in the morning. Groggy in the morning. And I don't want to wake you. I just want to watch you sleep. Reduced sleep duration. The spring forward results in losing an hour's sleep, and it can take days or even weeks for the body to adjust to the new schedule. For the body to adjust. For the body to adjust. For the body to adjust. Increased health risk. Studies suggest an association between daylight savings time and increased risk of heart attack, strokes, and atrial fibrillation. Atrial fibrillation! Especially in the days following the springtime change. The springtime change. Mood and mental health. Some studies show increased rates of depression and mood disturbances in the week following the shift. Depression, depression, depression. Shouts out Fiddler on the Roof. Accidents and safety. Increased traffic accidents. Several studies link the daylight savings time transition, especially in the spring, with an increase in traffic accidents, including fatal ones. This is often attributed to driver fatigue and reduced visibility during morning commutes. Workplace injuries. Similar to traffic accidents, some research suggests a higher incidence of workplace injuries and injuries involving physical activity after the spring daylight saving time change. Productivity and performance. Now, this is a new one. Decreased productivity. Sleep disruption and fatigue from DST can lead to reduced productivity and alertness at work and school. Decreased productivity. Sleep disruption and fatigue from DST can lead to reduced productivity and alertness at work. Why would they want you to be off of your rhythm? Why would they want to knock you off your square, off your axis, off your chi? If you're constantly off, you're more susceptible to get pulled in their direction, which is wrong. So I implore you to please find your center. Other political effects. Gastrointestinal. Gastrointestinal. Gastrointestinal issues. Gastrointestinal issues. Some individuals may experience digestive problems and appetite change due to the shift in their daily routines. Please be advised. Energy consumption. Although one of the original goals due to DST was to save energy, modern studies show mixed results, with some suggesting a potential increase in overall energy consumption. Energy consumption. Although one of the original goals of DST was to save energy, modern studies show mixed results. with some suggesting a potential increase in overall energy consumption. So it's more energy. It's giving away too much energy, y'all. Impact on certain groups, night owls, teenagers, and those working shifts may be more vulnerable to the negative effects of DST. That's so sad, and it's not cool, and it's not fair. It's important to note that while many experience negative side effects from DST, not everyone is affected the same way, and the severity of these effects can vary from person to person. Is this a disclaimer? It's important to note that while many experience negative side effects from DST, not everyone is affected the same way, and the severity of these effects can vary from person to person. Side effects or not, it's affecting everybody and they may not know it. I'm going to put you on notice. You are being affected. This is why even our president wants it to stop. It's throwing you off your square and it needs to stop. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are in the half hour, the second half. Good mercy. We're a half hour in the first hour already. So I finished reading the deep dive of what are the side effects of daylight saving time AI. Now I'm going to type in here for another timestamp. The next topic in the realm of this. When did daylight saving time start historically? And I'm going to put the timestamp. Kim Possible. I'm going to put some unicorns in the chat real quick. Some eye candy. Some eye candy. Unicorns in the chat. I am a unicorn. Period. I am a unicorn. So when did daylight saving time start historically? Under the people also ask. Daylight saving time was first implemented in the United States with the Standard Time Act of 1918, a wartime measure for several months during World War I, in the interest of adding more daylight hours to conserve energy resources. I pray that you all use discernment as I read this sentence again. When did daylight saving time start historically? Daylight saving time was first implemented in the U.S. with the Standard Time Act of 1918, a wartime measure for 7 months during World War I, in the interest of adding more daylight hours to conserve energy resources. I highly recommend that you step up your prayer game and get your poop in order. And I'm only directing these to the people who are consciously aware of what's going on. I'm only directing this to the people who know that they have things that they have to get in order. I'm only directing this to the people who know that they are actually doing wrong and they are supposed to start doing right by now. Those are the people I'm talking to. I am not talking about the youngins who simply just don't know, because that's not fair and not right. I am directing this to anybody who is woke enough, meaning in their awareness, to be aware that they need to get their poop in order, do things that they've been avoiding intentionally, people who are not making amends intentionally, doing things that they should have done. That's the people I'm talking about, because we have to do it for the ones that's younger behind us who aren't ready or aware yet. More will be more aware if you start to get your things in order. And I am not speaking from a place of age. I have always felt like this from a young age. But it was just treated as a chuckle. Oh, you smart little bugger, you smart little thing. But it would scare me because, have you seen Minority Report at the end when Tom Cruise's wife confronts the really tall white guy and he stops skinning and grinning with her and laughing, and then he gets serious and he stands up into his actualization of who he really is. He elongates himself and makes himself really bigger, even more bigger than who he is. He moves the chair that's separating the two of them, and he steps in her face and be like, come to my house tomorrow or 3. We can talk about this more at the cottage. And that wasn't good. So at a young age, when I talk to people, that's the energy that I got from adults who were in their 30s and 40s, when I thought I was engaging with adults of like mind, like me. Like mind meaning you were adults. So the things I called out, I thought you guys had already fixed or were aware of. But all this time you were simply avoiding it. And I knew what was going on so young, like teens. But to be met with that type of energy, like if your mom and daddy wasn't here, it's like, okay, okay. Those are the people I'm addressing. They may not ever get it, so you guys need to separate yourself from those types of people and be like a Iyanla Vanzant who's been crying for years and decades. Fix yourself. You have to do the work. You have to do the work. You have to save yourself. You have to save yourself first before you can save anybody else. Now, let's be wise in how we save ourselves and not start cutting off our arms to save ourselves, because it's the easy fix. Don't amputate. You got to go through the surgery, get deep down in there and dissect that effort, pull it out and let it heal. And you might have to recut again after it heals, because in some surgeries there's costs for multiple stages of surgery, where they cut, let you heal, send you on your way, schedule another appointment, and you have to go back under the knife and have surgery again to get more out. That's literally how it is when you're spiritually and emotionally doing the work on yourself. That's pretty much what counselors are there for, to help guide you, because at the time there wasn't really a notebook to help guide you through these things, so they were there to guide you and pilot you through you, because sometimes it's too much to handle. And the only reason it's too much to handle because there's not a manual on how to fix yourself. So I give you that one. The reason why life and all the poop you've been dealt with seems so hard to handle is because there's not a specific manual on how to handle it. Now there is, but that's why they have consultation and me giving advice. Please note that my advice is not actual counseling. I am not a certified counsel person. And for some reason, I feel I need to put that in there right now, because I'm spitting knowledge, but I need to just put that in there. Please be advised. Please note. Thank you, YouTube, for giving me this opportunity to be a YouTuber and for working with me as I have quality issues, and I see that you have been coming through fixing everything for me so that I can successfully YouTube when I have free time to do as such. I'd rather be on YouTube being productive than outside nowadays. Please note that my PIN is not like actual counseling, ACTU counseling, but ideas I formed for myself, helped me there. And please know that my opinions and advice are not actual counseling. It's not, are not like actual counseling. It's not. It's not like actual counseling, but ideas I formed for myself. I formed for myself that helped me. Boom. Okay, so I'm going to copy that same thing. And I'm going to put that, bear with me, please. Well, thank you for bearing with me. I'm going to put that instantly into my description box at the top of the key. And paste. This is it's turned into a serious topic. This is generally a serious topic, which is why I actually felt led to want to lead with this today. And to go private, I wanted to just have a live stream where there were no interruptions because this is important. Shouts out Replay Gang. Thank you for joining me on Morning Moo. Good morning. Excuse me. Shouts out to my husband. I love you very much. You work so hard for us. I love you so much. Shouts out to our son. You work really, 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 really hard. You work so hard as well, and I love you so much. Thank you for being born. Thank you, son, for being born, and thank you, husband, for being born. So I have that in there. Okay. So having said all that, I will pick up where I left off, where this started me to go on that necessary spill of information. What caused me to get to that spill of information Excuse me. Hold on. Oh, get out of the way. It's simply when did daylight saving time start historically? Daylight saving time was first implemented in the United States with the Standard Time Act of 1918. Daylight saving time was first implemented in the U.S. with the Standard Time Act of 1918, a wartime measure for 7 months. 7 months. During World War I, in the interest of adding more daylight hours to conserve energy resources. That's a lot of information, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to put this in the description. AI overview says, oh no, this came from Wikipedia. Ow. So I'm going to quote this. And one. Thank you guys for coming in to LA Morning Mood with LA TV. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Like, share, like, share, like, share, like, share, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Moo. All right. Let's move forward. I'm getting ready to roll out of here with this portion here. Close that out. The history and origin of daylight saving time. We read the side effects and we did a deep dive, an AI deep dive on that. I have. So once again, to refresh your memory as I refresh the page, yesterday, April 11th, which was Friday, Congress was in session talking about the woes and whys of how they too want a daylight saving time to cease. And they typically don't care what, well, the majority from what I was listening to, loosely is sometimes and more tightly in others, they just want it to stop with no preference on whether the clock is stuck on spring forward or stuck on fall back. Now, having said that, I wanted to be on the time where the sun rises early in the morning, i.e., for the kids who go to school, who walk to school in the dark in the morning. I don't like it. I had to wait out there at the bus stop in the morning. I don't like it because not every kid has the luxury to have someone wait for them at the bus. Not every kid who wants to be walked to school have the luxury. So, and for the people who exercise in the morning, and speaking of golf, there are a lot of men talking about how I believe golf helps them in the morning, like the early mornings help with golf because a lot of the men according to the men who talked about it in Congress, brought up the notion that in sports with golf, they like to tee in the morning, emphasizing from one candidate or whatever constituent. He made another valid point that I totally forgot about from I heard early in the 90s. Men do like to golf in the morning because that's how they get theirs in. Birds in the morning, first start of the day. That's how they think. That's how they clear their minds. And then number two, if you're at a country club, they want to have the men out there in the morning. So when it's time for it to have lunch, they can go right. They're going to be hungry by the time they're done with their rounds of golf. So they'll go right in and get some lunch. And then if they want to bring their family, they make a shower, shave there, or go home and pick up the wife and bring her back for a meal. So it flows right in line with the golfer's world. So I'm going to type in the question. How does daylight saving time impact golfers? And now I'm going to put that same question in here for the timeline, okay? For the replay game, here's some timestamps in the timeline. 1, 5, 1. Four. Poking around here with the lighting. It just seems like I'm losing color. I'm gonna have to get some sun. I need to get my more stronger lip gloss too. I keep applying petroleum jelly, but it's a cheaper petroleum jelly. I think if I had the name brand, I wouldn't have to reapply so much. But then again, I'm drinking water, but still, I shouldn't have to reapply so much. Okay, golf. Daylight savings time. Who? Instead of who, I meant to put how. Let me fix that. The typo. I stand corrected. So 153.55. How does daylight saving time impact golfers? According to AI Overview, there's another way I can look at this. Daylight saving time has a positive impact on golfers and the golf industry, particularly those who benefit from extended daylight hours. The extra sunlight allows for more opportunities to play, practice, and socialize on the course, especially in the evenings. This can lead to increased revenue for golf courses and related businesses. Here's a more detailed look as to how daylight savings time benefits golfers: increased playability, enhanced experiences, economic benefits, lobbying efforts, and industry support. We're going to go through these things one by one. Here's a more detailed look to how daylight saving time benefit golfers. Increased playability. Daylight saving time, DST, provides more daylight hours in the evenings, making it easier for golfers to play rounds after work or during the summer months when the sun sets later. Excuse me. Enhanced experiences. The extra daylight can also lead to more relaxed and enjoyable experiences on the course, whether it's a casual game or a competitive round. Economic benefits. The golf industry includes golf courses, equipment stores, and related businesses benefit from increased play and spending during the extended daylight hours. For example, the golf industry estimated that increasing daylight saving time by a month could lead to millions of dollars in additional revenue. And lobbying efforts. The golf industry has historically been a strong, prominent proponent of DST, lobbying for changes that would extend the period of daylight savings time. For instance, in the mid 1980s, the golf industry lobbying efforts helped to expand daylight saving time by a month. Industry support. Many golf course owners and managers support DST as it helps to ensure more playable hours and increase businesses. According to a recent poll by the National Golf Course Owners Association, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to reach the second hour of Morning Mood with LATV. Round of applause. Round of applause. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, pressing the like button because it is free and it really helps. If you like it, you like it. For fear of algorithm's sake, like the Netflix thing, you don't want certain things in your timeline because it's curated for you. Please like me on your burner account. Like me on your burner account. Like me on your burner account. For the sake that you don't want all of my stuff running through your perfectly perfected, curated YouTube timeline. I get it. Because I do the same thing. So some of you people, I probably have liked your page, but I'm under another account. For that set reason. I have an account for like cooking only. I have an account for specifically like world and current events. I have one specifically for video gaming because when I go on there, that's all I want to see. Those things help me keep my thoughts in order. And especially if I want to switch gears and get off of the bandwagon of thinking of all the stuff that's going on in the world, I need to unplug, but I still like engaging in social media. I need to go through a different account. It is 1:58:29. Basically, 2 hours in. The time is exactly 6:04 a.m. in the morning. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 6:04 a.m. in the morning. Good morning and welcome to Morning Mood with LATV. It is Saturday, April 12th, 2025. Shouts out to the hard workers out there. How you doing? It is time to put cows in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, pets, people, animals, artificial intelligence, aliens, and all of the other living, breathing, unacknowledged, and or unidentifiable species that are living here in this planet Earth. And it's time to put cows in the chat. And while doing so, I will sing a little ditty. Pause. Good mercy. Just cannot say anything nowadays. Eh, 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 eh. Ooh. Calls in the chat. Calls in the chat. Moo. Calls in the chat. Calls in the chat. Calls in the chat. Calls in the chat. Moo. Calls in the chat. Calls in the chat. Calls in the chat. Calls in the chat. Moo. Calls in the chat. Calls in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time to put some calls in the chat and or your favorite animal emoji. Heck, if you don't have a favorite animal emoji, or you're just not feeling the love like Simba on Lion King and don't want to show love to the animals, put in your favorite animal, your favorite emoji that you are feeling currently. And for the sake of that, I'm going to put in some special decal emojis brought to you by the Sticker Factory of YouTube. I'll put that in there. Bam. There we go. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And is it true, according to the government, cows are still the default go-to reason for global warming? Because when they break wind, it emits a smoldering of gases that hits the dome that covers the earth, that's supposed to be a protective barrier from other elements that might be too strong for us. Thanks to the cows, allegedly their gas is eating through the ecosystem. So I guess we had to continue eating burgers to stop this. Burgers in the chat. Burgers in the chat. Burgers in the chat. My name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. We have reached the second hour in the morning mood with LA, and we are talking about global warming. No, we are talking about daylight saving time. Currently, the subject at hand, we are talking about how daylight saving time has benefits with golfing. As to what I had on currently in the background, but it looked like it's going off. I hope it's not going off. I not just simply hope it's going on vacation, not vacation, going on commercial. So once again, how does daylight saving time impact golfers? According to AI Overview, it increases playability, enhances experiences, it has economical benefits, lobbying efforts, and industry support. Daylight saving time DST has a positive impact on golfers and the golf industry, particularly those who benefit from extended daylight hours. The extra sunlight allows for more opportunities to play, practice, and socialize on the course, especially in the evenings. This can lead to increased revenue for golf courses and related businesses. But check this though. Under the lobbying efforts, the golf industry has historically been a strong proponent, with the P as in poop, of DST lobbying for changes that would extend the period of daylight saving time. For instance, in the mid-1980s, the golf industry lobbying efforts helped to expand daylight savings time by a month. So please note, for the sake of golf, they expanded daylight saving time to extend for all the benefits. Some power, hey? So for the sake of golf and for the sake of time point and knowing the difference in benefits, I am with the golfers on the side, because once again, starting in the morning is how we're supposed to start. We wake up with the sun. So now that I'm thinking about this more prospectively, using golf as my go-to source to reference point this, Let's have daylight saving time be set and permanently fixed to benefit in the morning. They have a deeper dive. How much more deep can you go in reference to the benefits of daylight saving time benefiting golfers? How does daylight saving time impact golfers? AI mode is experimental and can make mistakes. I wish I could share the screen with y'all. Daylight saving time significantly impacts golfers, particularly in the following ways: increased opportunity to play, benefits to the golf industry, economic impact, potential drawbacks for our minority golfers. What do they mean by that? While daylight saving time DST generally benefits golfers, some who prefer to play early in the morning might see their preferred tee times impacted. This can be a concern for courses in areas with intense summer heat or courses created in an early morning league. That means you just have to change the terrain. Can't have it all. Potential drawbacks for a minority of golfers. I'm gonna let it sit there because that's not a problem at all. You get what you want, and then you still have the audacity or the gall to find something else to complain about. There's a special place in hell for people like that. Dear atheists, if you don't believe in hell, where do you think all the people who's done bad things should go? It's certainly not with you. Moving on. I'm going to go through my tabs and see if I'm not missing anything. I actually kind of just want to wrap this up. I think I've covered everything. Let me read through here. I'm just going through Wikipedia to see if there's anything that catches my eye that I want to talk about. I really don't want to go into the deep dive of the history because what I put in there was enough. My name is LA, pronounced like LA like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Welcome to Morning with LA TV. This is a pre-recorded live stream, and I'm glad I went this route because I was able to successfully speak my piece uninterrupted. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.